this is Lynn with Paper Life. Sorry I have not been here in a really long time. Things just got crazy. I don't know how else to explain it. So today I figured what we would do is, so I'm trying to turn everything where you can see it. I got a new camera. My setup is not great yet. So sorry about that. Just bear with me for a little bit. So I'm going to do week 1 of the Junking It Up challenge, which is, for me, a little bit easier because it's the Minimalist Tag. Kind of minimalist tends to be my style that I go with. I love how detailed everybody else's work can be. Mine just doesn't tend to be that way. So what I figured I would do is, I think it was last week, we had to make a flip out. I'm sorry, we called it a tip in, which was very confusing, with layers. So I made this and it was a little pocket. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a tag to go inside of this. I have tags somewhere, however, I'm also in the process of trying to clean all my mess, so I don't know where they're at. So for mine, I think I'm going to do mine 3 inches by, I think I'll cut it to 6 and then see what I think of it inside there. So I'm going to do mine 3 by 6. All I'm starting with is a piece of like tan colored cardstock. Okay, I said 3, right? I hope. Yeah, things just got crazy. I was trying to do lives in our Facebook group, but that's going to kind of have to wait till I get better internet, which hopefully is on its way. I've already paid for it to be installed. But the whole area where I live, we do not have really internet. We have internet, but it's not very good. So there's a company that's completely rerunning all the lines. There's my 3. So it kind of has us in a holding pattern, which made virtual for my children's school absolutely amazing when we didn't have good internet. Okay, I said 6, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this line, so put that to the side. I know, okay, again, I'm going to tell on myself. There are people that can just make a tag just by clipping off the corners. I cannot do that. If I do it, it comes out so wonky. So this is just kind of something I found. So what I'll do is just kind of go from corner to corner. So I'm lining it up with this line and this line. And that'll give me a little tag. Let's see. I think I'm going to do from that same 1/8, but I'm going to come over, I'm going to drop down 2. Let's see what that looks like. I'm weird. I can't help it. I don't love tags. It doesn't make any difference. I mean, I realize it's just a journaling card with usually a little something on it. I didn't cut that straight for some reason, but for me, it's a block. It's like, oh, make a journaling card, not a problem. Make a tag. Oh, man. Okay. So let's see. Alright, I like the way that my corners are on this. So I guess my next step is going to be trying to figure out where I'm going to put my hole. I'm going to cover up one side of this so I can make this pretty pronounced. Okay, I do not know why I'm being all weird about this, but apparently today that is what I'm going to be. Okay, so I'm going to put, hello. Okay, my pencil's being weird. I think I'm going to put my hole right about there. About there. Okay. Right around there somewhere. I'm just using the regular like office supply hole puncher on this. There we go. It's gonna drive me crazy not flipping things around for you guys. So there's just the base of my tag. Now what I was thinking was, for this, since, you know, pretty lady, the images I got here are from Graphic Fairy. They have like a paid membership, but she has a lot of really cool images from there. So I had randomly kind of printed out a page of different ideas, and that was a chick I went with. I was going to do him, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to use him for the tag inside. So it'd be kind of like, I don't know, maybe her boyfriend, her husband. They're having a little, you know, mistress. They're having a little affair. Who knows? Just something like that. Because there's also the children, which are really cute, which... no, I'm going to go with that. I'm not going to change my mind. So we got him that I need to cut out a little bit better. And I went and got one of those rugs that everybody's getting with all the sari silk in it. I'm sorry, but that's now what I have. So I figured I would get a color, and I picked out a couple that I thought would go good with this blue, but still look, I guess, a little more masculine. And I think I actually like this kind of cream color. So that gold-ish color is a little too much, I think. So I'm thinking that cream color. So like that for the tag. Do you guys think? I wish you could answer, but you can't. So I'm just going to assume that you said, yes, Lynn, that is the coolest idea ever. Go with that. Oh, I guess I should make sure my tag fits before I get completely committed. Yep, fits good. All right. So we're going to put that up for a minute. Excuse me, lady, you'll have to come back later. And I'm going to slide over my... Sorry about reaching in your way. I got one of these like silicone mats, which I really like because it doesn't, you can't cut on it. However, you can use your inks, use just about anything, glue, and it washes right off. I know these cutting mats, they say wash off, but they don't wash off very well, let's just be honest. So I'm going to ink around my edges, just on one side, because the other side I'm going to put the fabric. Which, I don't know, after I said that I might do the other side real quick, just in case any of it happens to show. Thank you. And so yes, I would love to have a wonderful excuse for you guys on why I haven't made videos. It's just, okay, you guys don't have to listen to me whine. It seems like everything has just been so crazy. I decided that my craft area had exploded into my whole house and that I needed to definitely do something about that. So I went through and took everything out, went through every box. So yeah, that looked like a complete mess. And now I've been trying to figure out some rhyme or reason or how to store it. And I'm sure everybody knows COVID made everything very weird. Not complaining, there are people that had it far worse. But it seemed like we all had to learn how to live a little differently, I guess. That's what I want to say. So I'm just trimming. I didn't do a very good job on that photo. I'm going to distress around him a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, if I didn't tell you, I'm just using Vintage Photo because I found it again. It was lost in my house somewhere. Okay, put that to the side. Those are just going to have to stay there for a few minutes. I'm going to move this kind of back out of my way a little bit. So my plan was, as much as I had a plan, to kind of lay this on top of my tag, and kind of put him on there. I guess I should have seen, okay, yeah, he'll fit. So I don't know that that's what I'm going to stick with, but that's at least as far as I'm going to go right now. I have, this is just tacky glue. It's in a Sugar Bell bottle, which is freaking amazing. But look, I'm so, okay, some of the ladies have started to make dangles for these, and I probably should get one because I lose them all the time. This was just a pin, I guess, that they sell in, I got it in Michael's in the wedding area. But it's super long, and I had to keep it super long because I keep losing them. So if I keep it super long, then it's harder for me to lose. All I'm going to do, because I am going to sew this, is just put a line around the outside edge, around my hole that I made. I'm not worrying about putting any on the inside because I am going to sew this. If you weren't going to sew around it, I would definitely make sure that you get a better coat of the glue because that's what's going to be holding it in place. And okay, are you going to go in the hole? Okay, so guess what I will do is take this. I should have probably ripped this down to size first, but we'll figure it out, I guess. I want to have these wrinkles still in there, just maybe not this wrinkled. Alright, let me just go to the other end. I'm just going to kind of place it down. Like I said, I want to keep those wrinkles, so I'm not, you know, stretching the fabric real tight. My theory behind this is it's not really masculine, so I'm okay going with like fabric and kind of prettier colors, I guess, girlier colors. Because my theory would be that like the wife made it, or the mistress, whatever we were this time. So I'm okay with it being a little more dainty, I guess. I am trying to, since I did not rip this, use my knife and hopefully get kind of a jagged edge. We will see in a minute how this turns out. It would probably, I'm not even going all the way through it. Okay, after all that, I wasn't even cutting it. Ow! So I don't know how I'm going to accomplish the kind of torn fabric since I'm cutting it at this point. So I am trying to leave a little bit of an edge around. So if I can figure out how to do that, I will. If not, I can always go back in and trim it up. But this also gives my glue some time to dry before I sew it, because if you do use something, any wet glue, any glue, you really want to give it time to dry before you run it through your sewing machine, or you're going to be getting a new sewing machine because everything's going to be gummed up. So I guess if you're looking for a reason to buy a new one, that may be something to do. I'm currently in love with mine, so I'm trying not to break it. Something I did not pay attention to, but you may want to. If you distressed around the edge of your tag, if you like one side better than the other, go with the side you like better. I didn't pay any mind. So let's see, I'm just, since I didn't put very much glue there, I think what I need to do, I need to sew around it first, and then I will fuss with trying to get the edge the way I want it. Let's see. So yes, let me go ahead. I'm going to pause you for a minute. I'm going to sew all the way around that edge, and I'm also going to sew around his picture because I think I'm going to like the way it looks. Just glued, like I'm going to glue it down, but I want it to look like it was sewn on there. So I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so I sewed around both the tag and the guy. I didn't love the way my sewing came out on this one, so I just went around it twice so it looked sporadic. I don't know yet if I'm going to leave the threads on there or not. Honestly, a lot of the times I do when it comes to sewing, just because, I don't know, I like it. And I did come up with something that I was doing around the edges, just kind of pulling on it to make it look more frayed, I guess. But I think I'm going to have to kind of trim some of these. I really love the look of torn fabric. I love it's just organic. So let's see. Oh, I was going to put, if your glue kind of bubbles up like that, add some acetone. You can either use, well, I say if it does it, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's kind of bubbling up. Use acetone. You can get it in like the paint supply area because it's used to thin down and clean up paint and stuff like that. Or you can just get the acetone nail polish remover. I don't have the nail polish remover. Randomly I have the acetone, so I use that. But you only add a little bit to it, shake it, and then go from there, see if you need more, because you can always add more, you can't really take it out. So I just put a little spot of glue on the ends of each of my threads so that I didn't have to worry about losing them, because when I'm sewing on something like this, I don't do the back and forth thing. You know, the way you lock in a stitch. So I was thinking him here, but I don't like his threads. So what I'm going to do is pull them through to the back. that, and this one should, if you pull on your one string on the back, it should pull through your front one. There we go. The only reason I do it like that is so that I don't have to worry about trying to clip the thread down small enough where it's not noticed or whatever. Just makes it easier for me. I don't know why I'm using those scissors. While I was sitting here sewing these, I decided that I know this is a minimal tag, but I'm thinking it's almost a little plain. Let's see here in a minute though, okay? Because we now covered that hole up, so what I want to do is find my little clippers, and I'm going to cut through that, hopefully again. I have no idea if these will cut through the fabric or not. I'm hoping. No, not very well, so let's see. Maybe what I should have done was put it on there with the paper so it was all done at the same time. One good punch. But no, that wasn't what I did. So I'm just kind of hopefully trimming this a little bit with the scissors. You guys all know I'm not like an expert at what I'm doing, right? I get on here and just fake it like everybody else. And yes, I could go through and do all these ahead of time so that I find out any problems. But for me, this is junk journal. Junk journaling is making mistakes and figuring out how to fix it. So that's why I might come up with an idea of what I'm going to do beforehand, but I tend to do it with you so that if we find a mistake, we figure out how to fix it together. And honestly, because I'm too lazy to do projects more than once. So, that's just me being real at this point. Okay. So sew a button on it, right? I have some of the hole protectors. And because I did not have legitimate tags and was making my own, get up out of my way, I figured I would just do this. And one second, guys, I think I'm going to change my ink. You definitely don't have to. You can do whatever color ink you want, but I think I want the darker walnut stain. And I don't know why I'm doing so many of them, but just because my little pad thing is moving. Okay. Yeah, I just felt I wanted like a darker color. That's why I did the walnut. So we're going to put this on the back side first because I don't really know how it's going to work on the front. So I needed something to work before I try the one that's questionable. So voila, we have a hole protector. I don't know why, but everybody needs a hole protector. I keep calling them hole protectors. I don't know what their actual name is. I'm going to put a little bit of the tacky, or not tacky glue, the fabric tack again around my hole, just to make sure that the stickiness of the hole thingy bobs actually really sticks on. And this project would have been easier if I had used something other than this Sari silk that has a lot of play in it, because I wanted all the wrinkles. And you guys know I don't do things the easy way that makes sense, right? So let's see what we think of our tag with just our guy on it. I think he's something in that realm. I like it. Okay, I don't know if I'm completely sold yet, so let's see. I still kind of want to add something else to it, but I'm trying to keep it more on the minimal side. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm just straightening my edge up. I had bought some of this material, and they again call it Sari silk. I got it on Amazon, and it was like a whole big bunch of it. But I was thinking, since it was a nice natural color, it might look good for the topper on here. So it may not look good, but that's what I'm going to go with at this point. Put the rest of it up in my little scrap fabric jar. And we're going to fish it through. I doubled it over so I have a little bit of a hoop on this side. The one thing I did not completely think through was that my glue for my little hole reinforcer was not completely dry. You may want to do that. You may want to wait a minute. That might make more sense. I don't do things that way. Alright. And then I'm going to just kind of pull and fuss with it to get this to look the way I want it to look. Look the way I want it to look. Look. Behave. Alright, well I don't know if that's really going to behave yet. Okay, so there's that. This guy here. And yes, for some reason I'm very set on having him on an angle. I mean, well, one, I've decided I'm not crazy about these threads, so I'm going to clip them off. But because I've already put glue on both sides, I don't have to worry about it coming undone. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come here, you little stupid thread, you. You must die. Okay, there we go. I wish you guys could yell at me and tell me if you think that looks good or not. Get out of there, thread. I mean, I have... Maybe if I can get this side open. These little doodads. A friend of mine sent these to me, and they're so cute. I have not used them yet. They are actually like washi tape. So, thank you, Amber. I might be using it for our guy. Alright. Let's see, maybe if we what about a pre-rusty paper clip if I can get it undone. I have an idea. Let's see what it's going to look like. Nope, not a big one. Let's try a little one. Thor. What do we think of that? Like the little paper clip looking like it's holding him in place. I don't know. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm kind of liking the paper clip, but let's first try to get that back off. Okay, that is easier said than done. Alright, dude, time for you to move. Okay, you go that way. Let's first glue him down. Okay? Yes, I am completely set on the fact he needs to be sideways. I feel like I keep moving the camera, so mostly because if I hit something on my desk, I feel like it jerks the camera. If I am, I'm sorry. Let's glue him down. He's getting glued. So I just did a line around the outside. You can do little swirls inside if you want to. I don't know, it depends on what you want to do. Do you? I don't want that little glue booger on there. Okay. Come here, dude. So, there is our guy. He's just chilling. I have all these strings attached everywhere. He's chilling. You guys will have to leave a comment and tell me with or without the paper clip, because I really don't know. I mean, that's what it would look like with the paper clip, obviously going through both sides of it. Or without it. I mean, I like it with it, but this is when I wish you guys could just jump through and tell me what you think. There's the front of it. There's the back. It's just going to be used for writing. Oh, let me put my pin back in my glue bottle. Let's make sure he fits in his little home. Darn it. Alright. He needs to fit in his little home with his girlfriend. So let's see. There's his girlfriend. And when you flip it over, out he comes. Yay! He actually does fit in his home, because at that point I'd be sad. Now, like I said, if you don't like the edge around, the fabric around it, and I may actually do that myself, I don't know. You can just cut it off, trim along. I don't know. I say I probably will, but I won't. I'll leave it the way it is. There's our little guy. I just need for you to tell me, do we want it with or without the paper clip? Alright. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. If you're doing the Junking Up challenge with us, we posted a lot in our Facebook group if you're there, but next week is going to be quote. inspired by one of our members who does a quote a day, and I always love her pieces. But you're making a journal card. Yay, I don't have to cut the little corners. I feel better about that. If you're not in the Facebook group, then I will see you next time. Sorry about the big delay with making videos. I will try to be better. Try. And I'll see you all later. Bye.